Some of the old songs.
Patches and showers early Friday, but improving to greater than 6 miles on Friday morning.
Stars shining bright above me. Breezes seem to whisper. Sycamore tree. You were a little dreamer. 얘기들은 아직 남아. 꿈만 속에 꿈이 아니겠지. 꿈이었어도 나 just want you to be happy. When someone tries to touch your scars, doesn't seem to cure at all. Nothing's gonna be any better. 난 모를 거야. 아마 날 모를 거야. 웃고 있는 내 모습은 진짜가 아니야. 나 자신이 미워서 한참을 울었어. 그래야 기분이 나아질 것 같아서. 내일이 오면 나는 또다시 어제 입었던 옷을 입고서 have to fake
엄마산 저쪽에 있었더라.
나약한 모습은 숨기고 살아야지. 사람들은 겉모습만 판단하니까 하나 둘씩 사람들은 날 떠나가면 별거 없어. 믿은 내 잘못이지. It's hurting me, but I have to pretend no one cares about me.
You want to say hi to the camera? Perfect. Oh, it's so beautiful. The hammock.
Dance now, everyone babe. Let's fly. There's nobody here. Look at how we are, and to think we are so perfect, we're in every way. I don't wanna feel everything that was meant to be faded. I don't wanna be your friend. I just wanna be your bed. I don't wanna fade away. Cause I can't help but sinking into a dawn. Yeah, 네 눈엔 내가 있어. 아마 난 널 사랑하고 있어. 그거 아는 순간 두려워. 약간 영원할 수 없는 걸. 사람 마음이 따뜻해져. 갈 때면 난 정말 소중했어. 영원히 널 간직하고 싶어. 어린 지 않은 널 꼭 감았지.
잠시 정신을 차렸을 때 알아볼 수도 없지 따뜻한 마음이
I've been thinking about myself today, thinking how I changed, how I really don't care if you are here or if you don't stay. Now I'm feeling those winter blues, but I don't wanna cry. All we ever do is laugh it off, nothing, and I don't know why. You remember that night we met? Thought you looked so fine. Guess we have to agree to disagree this one last time. Pretty weird that day when we did not exchange our hellos. I wasn't looking out for you, I'm sorry, I'm so shallow. I'm still looking forward to watching part 2 of Deathly Hallows with you. It's the always try to fit in. If it consume my head, I hate this feeling. I wanna be a paragon, not a villain.